Live. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Keep Calm and Carry. It has been a while since I've been able to do a live chat, and that is because I had no clue how to do a live chat now that Google Hangouts is not a thing. So we have a pretty cool guest tonight. He is a guy that I met in St. Louis doing some training, and since then I've been following him on Instagram. We've been following each other, and he's my comic relief on a daily basis. I get a good few nose laughs, right? The little But before we get into that, I got to do some shameless plugs as always. Thanks, guys, for everyone who's a part of the Patreon crew. You guys rock. I really do appreciate it. We've grown quite a bit over the last few months with the channel being demonetized and then remonetized. You guys have been there to kind of fill that gap, and I really, really do appreciate it. If you guys don't notice, I'm wearing something. Look at this. Look at this thing right here. Yeah. It's my own freaking hat. I now have some new merch from Ballistic Ink. I've teamed up with Ballistic Ink, and I got my first package in today of stuff. I got a hoodie and a shirt. I got some really cool designs. I think a lot of some designs that you guys might be interested in. They're fun, right? They're not the same old type of stuff. I tried to do some things a little bit better. And as always, tonight we are having a nice little drink in a very special glass. You guys may remember this from a video I did just a few days ago. This is the infamous 308 whiskey glass that I told a pretty tall tale about. So let me take a little sip here. This is going to be Four Roses whiskey. It's a single barrel whiskey, and I have Drew to thank you for that. Oh my goodness, I am starting to look at the chat room, and we've got some pretty cool people in the chat room already. Hooty hoo! First in with the 2 thumbs up. Good to see you, sir. Drew, thank you for swinging by, guys. Drew, I'm glad you're back from the way up north there, eh? Bunch of hosers up there. Goodness, freaking Canadians. The Grim Reaper, bro. Good to see you. As always. Thanks for that link on the new P365. That's actually really interesting. I think the Gun Collective talked about it today as well. The Gun Snob. Hey, good to see you, bud. You going to be down in Tulsa here in a few months? Probably see you down there. GG, LFG, GG. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling good. Hope the weekend treated you well. And Mario, good to see you. Hey, it looks like Mechanic. He added a middle name. I didn't know your middle name was Mechanic. That's cool. Tundra Nation is in the chat room with Tundra Tactical. It's good to see you guys. Where is the Mil-Spec guy? He should be in here too. Tofu. Oh, my Me Fuel Rants brother. It's good to see you in there. Trey, good to see you. And that just about Chris. Hey, good to see you guys. Gun Snob says he'll be in Tulsa. And Armament and Axes jumping in here late. As always, make sure you guys put in the @Fit and Fire so I can see it, and I will make sure that I answer your question as best I can. Last but not least, Clovertac. Good to see you, sir. Okay, so let's get into. Oh, no way! Tundra Tactical bought an AKV. I bought an SKS. You bought an AKV. I bought an SKS. It's so funny. I'll have a video on the SKS either this week or next week for you guys that are interested. So let's get into tonight's chat. We're gonna go ahead and create the split screen. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. He is a good partner in crime that I met, like I said, in St. Louis training with Ken from Previctus Group. I had a really great time. He is a gentleman that this gentleman here is, I got this scripted out and I'm stumbling over it already, but this gentleman is a professional troll on the Instagrams and has a doctorate in memory. How's it going, MK? What's going on?
Hey, folks, it's your boy MK all day here with you with Fit and Fire. Thank you for having me. I'm making you and this look good, bringing some color to your dreary lives.
Yes, he is. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is good. Tonight, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, if you have any trigger warnings, they're probably going to be tripped at some point tonight. So
more than likely.
You
gonna need to go today if you got trigger problems. Ain't no safe spaces.
None here. So we are going to get into this chat. If you guys have any questions for myself or MK as we get into this, because we're going to be talking about some pretty, I would say, touchy subjects. Interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see. Tundra Tactical jumping in already. He says, "Is MK available to contribute to the Tundra Tactical? Love him already. If you want to do another live chat with Tundra Tactical, they would love to have you," is what he's saying. And I think you would have a good time.
Hey, Tundra, bang my DM. I'll be here for you.
All right, so let's jump into it. First off, let's just get to know you a little bit better. Tell us about MK all day, some of your background and all that jazz. Anything you want people to know.
Okay. Well, as you know, I'm from St. Louis. I've lived here my entire life, but I did leave for a job opportunity with the United States Marine Corps. They were foolish enough to let me come to their job training program in lovely San Diego. I don't know if y'all been there, but Lord, the alcohol and the women.
Mm-hmm. Coronado Island. I've been there.
But they kind of trick you with that whole boot camp thing. And then there was that war thing. And I was like, no, this is crazy. I got to go. So I was there for a couple of years. And then I returned back here about 3 years ago. And actually, I work in mental health now. Oh, that's good. So I deal with things like that. And, I just try to bring a little fun into the world. I do bring some political things up here and there, just things we should be looking at and thinking about. And, you can't be too crazy, or else you're going to live in a bunker, but you can't be so nonchalant that you got your head in the clouds, so you thinking orange man bad for everything. Or the prior dude going brown man bad. So it's all depending on which one you got to favor.
Yeah, so it would have been very interesting to see Bernie Sanders actually become the president. Then it could be old stupid man bad.
He has to actually be a Democrat to actually run for that spot. Being a commie doesn't qualify you as a Democrat.
Touche. Yeah, very good, very good. So let's jump into the chat. We got the very first question. We've gone round and round about this a little bit, but MK, tell us why do you hate cops?
Well, first off, I don't hate cops. But
that's not what you said. Not what you said in Instagram.
3 things of why I don't believe in cops. 1, I'm American. We have problems with authority. We was throwing tea in harbors, telling the Queen to shuffle back off across the pond way back in the day. 2, in case you didn't notice this, I'm black.
No.
So we had a problem with people back in the day who thought it was cool to enslave us to get their work done. So, since Ida B. Wells been saying you got to have a shotgun in your house at all times, hey, that's my mindset. And since the cops are not going to be able to protect us because they were used against us, why would I believe in them? 3rd, in case you missed the whole thing with Orange Man Bad, last time I checked, he was a white nationalist, white supremacist, and police were coming to kill us all. So I'm all looking like, well, I guess I can't really trust him now, can I? Especially with the Supreme Court saying, the last court case being the Parkland one, where they said the police are not here to really protect you as much as enforce the law. So not that I don't respect the police officers for the job they do. It's a thankless job. I don't care how much money you're getting paid. When a rubber hits the road and a politician get burned on, they throw cops under the bus fast. And then when the people get mad, you know who's on the bus next? Police officers. It's like, why ain't you here to protect me? You know why you're not here to protect you. But why ain't you here to protect me? It's not my job. But you don't want me to be in your business. But it's like, well, be in my business, but don't be in my business. It's like, no. So I'm an adult. I think we should take care of ourselves. And the police can do what they need to do, enforce the laws that were, rightfully so. But if I got to take care of me, don't be in my way.
So would you say that you're more libertarian than you would a conservative or Democrat or anything like that?
I'm pro-adult.
Okay.
Adults know better.
Hey, there you go. That's a good way to look at it. So
Pro-adult.
Special K jumping in the chat room. It's good to see you, buddy. So with that being said, what is your take? What's your position or your opinion about the whole situation in New York where people were dousing police officers with water? I mean, should that be deemed assault on a police officer? Yeah.
No, it should be assault, period. Not only because it's a police officer, but assault, period.
Yep.
You don't want nobody just dousing you with water. Why? Well, they're not doing the job we want them to do. Here we go playing this game again. We're playing this game again. Well, they're assaulting us, so we're defending ourselves. If they're really assaulting you, all you can do is stop them with water. That's not really going to help your problem now, is it, sir? And at the same time, you don't know this dude. Joe Bag of Donuts is just got on the beat. He came here because his father's a cop and his father was a cop. He trying to do best for the neighborhood. And he gonna douse some water and make him a salty cop on the street now. So now he gonna be a douche, and you're a douche, and all you guys are a circle of douchery that's going around, and nobody get any kind of hookups, and everybody just sitting in misery.
Well, I mean,
no.
Let's be honest. There's a lot of douches in New York anyway.
I can confirm that.
But I think one of the things that you and I really kind of started off, I would say, I wouldn't say necessarily an argument, but
mm-hmm.
a very heated discussion is the perspective of all you blue line supporters, thin blue line supporters out there are the first to cry foul about something, but will turn your back on all the corruption. And I'll let you expound a little bit on that.
Well, everybody got fanboys. I mean, not saying you're a fanboy, but there are some blue line fanboys who will turn their back on stuff. Cops are not 100%. They do make mistakes. They do got some dirt bags in their groups. And, you know, what really got us started was that police chief in California who left her gun at El Pollo Loco. And then she called in to the police station, hung up and called on her personal cell, go, yo, put the APB out. Somebody stole my blaster. Help me. Don't tell nobody. They swept up in some dude's house, balled him up, took him, his kids, whatever, found the gun with somebody else, and they covered that trash up. If the news hadn't said anything, we wouldn't know nothing about it. Now, the police got to cover their own backsides because, you know, sometimes the enemy is everywhere. But you got to expect to be brought to heel when you mess up too. And no, you can't back them when they be dirty. You got to tell them the same thing. Hey, man, I respect you. Hell, I even love you. But you can't be doing dirt like that, man.
Yeah.
You can't be barging in people's houses and shooting dogs and taking, you know, people's stuff.
That's the FBI, all right? They're not shooting dogs. That's the FBI. Or sorry, I'm sorry, that's the ATF. That's the ATF.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
No, it is all the same.
They have to have a line where they have to not cross themselves. And they got to put, when they have problems with their own police departments, do what the military does it. You got to hammer them. And you got to make it public because that's how you gain public respect. If you don't have the public respect, that's how you get wanted on you. At the same time, public, be adult. Don't put one on police officers. Don't piss on them. You know, they do dirt, they do dirt. Record them doing dirt. You have phones now. They have cameras. You have phones. They have cameras. And the damn streets got cameras. There's cameras everywhere.
There's cameras everywhere. Exactly.
But there's no reason for you to be like, you're a pig because you pulled me over because I was going 45 in a 50-mile-per-hour spot. Nah, be an adult, people.
Yeah.
Be an adult.
So would you say then that the 24-hour news cycle is trying to paint a narrative of either pro or anti-police in certain situations by highlighting corruption or highlighting unjustified shootings or highlighting not the good things that they're doing day in and day out?
Well, that stuff gets money. So they need to get money. If you haven't noticed, news agencies are falling off left and right. So since that brings in big clicks, they're going to highlight it. Hey, if cops playing basketball with a local dude was making money, they post that up. But it's not.
Yep.
So, you know, if that was the case, we would have more stories about, you know, citizens who were armed, who took care of things versus mass shooters. But, you know, money talks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna keep showing you crappy cop stories that we've known about forever, you know, and you're gonna keep people gonna keep spooning it up, and you're gonna have people who are, well, we gotta respect these cops no matter what, and you gotta have people who goes, we gotta respect these cops no matter what. Sides are being drawn. Welcome back to 2019.
Yeah, and it's interesting that, you know, even somewhat today, we're still talking about, you speak about mass shootings. We're still somewhat talking about El Paso, but Odessa is completely gone from the news. You know, you don't hear
What's
anything.
Odessa? Odessa, what's that?
Exactly, right?
Odessa, no, we can't talk about that one. No,
Yeah.
no.
Well, he was using a less lethal AR, in the fact that he was using an AR-10 instead of an AR-15. It's 5 times less lethal. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, because you know when you get hit with those AR-10 rounds and that massive double barrel magazine clip.
Yes.
So you're like, I gotta watch out for those.
Yes, 30 caliber clip that can shoot 30 rounds in half a second.
Half a second.
Was it half a second? I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
That's that Geisley Michalik trigger with the bump fire at the same time. So you know,
right on.
The whole thing is just bananas.
Yes,
just straight bananas.
It is. Mario jumping in here. He wants to know if you're comfortable sharing. What is your concealed carry?
P365 with a TLR6 light and a I forgot the name of the holster. Man, I love my 365.
I tell you, people give it so much crap. I have had zero issues, and I am far more accurate with that pistol than I am with just about any other pistol that I've got.
Oh, it's a Tolster holster. That's why I have a red Tolster holster that holds the gun in the light, and I've shot it at 2 matches, and I've been carrying it since March, and I'm close to 1,000 rounds with it. All kinds of ammo too.
Yeah. Any issues with the striker drag or firing pin?
I've noticed it, but it hasn't caused me any problems.
Right on. Good. So. Well, good. Yeah, I have my holster is a Wolf Hollow Tactical. It's got the ulti clip. This is my carry to the gym, and then I've got a Glock 19. That's my other EDC that I carry when I'm just in normal clothes. So, yeah.
I also carry a Smith 2.0C in a holster as well. That's my winter carry because once you have that 365, everything else just feels like a boat anchor attached to your hip now.
It does, yeah. Mm-hmm. What is the C? I forget. Is that the compact?
Compact.
Okay.
Compact.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's the Smith & Wesson Glock 19.
Yeah. So the who is it? Gun Pro Deals has those for like $389 right now.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Like years after I bought mine, I'm all looking like, man, y'all ain't anything. Y'all just why is it cheaper now than when I bought it? Just like, why, man? It's a good gun though. I really enjoy shooting it. I've taken it with me across state lines, even to the People's Republic of California. I was behind a palm tree curtain shooting it there too. Everybody enjoyed it when I was there too. That trigger's garbage though.
On which one? On the Smith & Wesson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
I have a place with Apex.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah.
So GG, he says that he can only count to 220, so he's not able to carry a 365. look at old man in there trolling the trolls, man. And then Drew, he's jumping in there and says, I don't know if you have seen any of this yet or not, but what do you think about the new no snag P365?
Do you want truth or do you want reality?
I want MK. That's what I want.
Well, in my honest opinion, I feel like it's gimmicky. I mean, like, really? It's snag free. Like your 365 was getting caught up in your shirt when you was pulling it out. Oh Jesus, this man coming! I gotta shoot him. My sight got caught on my flannel. That guy from 5'11".
My flannel.
In the summertime, I gotta pull this out. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, if you want it, that's cool. I thought the XL was a bigger impact, in my opinion.
Mm.
I mean, if everybody would have had a little low pro sights, hey, that's cool. I just don't want it. I feel like it's gimmicky, kind of like 4D television and folding screen phones.
Or the curved TVs.
Yeah, oh my God, remember those, the curved TVs? Oh Jesus, what are those at now?
Yeah, right. So
somebody's garage.
Yeah, it's the garage TV. Which I don't. In St. Louis, do people just like hang out in their garage and just like watch TV and drink beer? Is that a thing? Because it was a thing back home in Wichita too.
Yeah, and I wish they wouldn't, because they park on the street, and the streets are made for like just 2 cars. Now you got these cars middle of the street, and they gotta weave through them like just insanity, like it's Tetris. I'm like, dude, put your car in your garage. You have a whole basement. go sit in the basement, man. It's like, what's wrong with y'all? People's just like, my garage is my hangout. Why? Get a room. Your basement.
All right, so the Grim Reaper jumping in and saying that his TV's curved.
Well, he is the Grim Reaper. He's old, so he's still back in the old days doing that. So
yeah, there you go.
Hey, Reaper, it's 2019. Get the flatty. Get the flatty, yo. They light too. You can pick them up by yourself and hang them. I just picture behind me. It's that light. You can do that.
So, I think he's actually saving money right now to buy a 5K TV, because I guess that's a new thing. 4K is now 2017. It's like 5K now or something.
You won't know the difference between a 5K, a 4K, and a 780. The camera is for people who take like long distance photography, like those wildlife people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they take those 4K cameras to film those animals, because nobody wants to be next to the lion eating a gazelle.
What are you talking about? I just watched Lion King last night. I was right next to him.
That's racist, sir. That's straight racist.
How is that racist?
It's gonna bring up Lion King to a black man because I'm on Africa. Oh my God, sir.
I'm sorry.
Really?
MK, where are lions located?
In Africa.
Okay. You're the one that brought up lions, because you didn't, and I said, hey, I was right next to a lion while I was watching Lion King. Had nothing to do about
you bring up Africa.
That had nothing to do with
Africa. I'm offended by these remarks, sir.
Well, it's like if I say the Constitution, are you going to be offended about that because it's an American thing?
I am American, sir. I was born here. My parents are American. My parents are American. We saw America. We just say America.
So, Tundra Tactical just came out and said that he is absolutely in love with you. So that's something going for you as well.
Is this the bald guy with the cool beard who talks like sarcasm all the time?
Oh, yeah. That's him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
I'm a 9mm guy. I like my 9mm. I like my AR. So you can kiss it where the sun don't shine, sir. Because I've seen your little videos, Tundra Tactical. I like my guns and my caliber choices, including 40. Okay, I don't really have a 40. I don't have a 40. I'm joking. I don't have a 40.
Who does?
I don't know. Walmart?
Oh, here we go. Jiminy Chris. So did you see everything they busted out today on, we're going to go right off script here, about Walmart and their allegiance, or their corporate policy was leaked, right? And it shows that they're actually in bed with Bloomberg and Everytown for gun safety, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see who else signed on with that conglomerate as well?
I think it was like Kroger's or something like that. And
so Kroger, Dick's, Academy Sports. I'm like,
are you Academy Sports?
I'm dead serious. Yeah, it's all over Instagram right now. I know.
Not Academy Sports, man. That's like they actually sell some pretty decent stuff too, man. They just we're getting pushed into a small spot now. We're really getting pushed to a niche, market.
I bought this safe from Academy Sports, and when Walmart came out and said they're not going to sell pistol ammo anymore, I was like, way to create a vacuum. Freaking Academy Sports is going to fill it. But are they now? I don't know.
Man, we are getting pushed into a very niche market. We're getting pushed out the public space. And people are like, well, you can just go to your local gun store or Cabela's or whatever. Goes, that is niche. That is not like going to Walmart to get your tires and your Pop-Tarts, we are now being pushed to the edge where we're going to look like pariahs probably within the next 10 years. This continues on. We can't even talk on stuff like this. YouTube is being attacked. Social media is being attacked. And we're just going to end up just being, on outsiders, we're going to probably be pushed to the same spaces as cigarettes. And we all know cigarettes are still selling like hotcakes. But I don't want to be my habit to be looked upon and frowned upon. I don't want my gun range to close down because they're poisoning the minds of people to make them less adult and more children.
Yes, exactly. And I hate the idea of our gun rights, which is an enumerated constitutional right, to be seen as if we are a smoker or if we're a porn star or all these different things that people are like, oh my gosh, you smoke? Oh, it's 2019. Oh my God, and then go ahead.
I would say I wouldn't even, the way it's looking, we won't even be cool as porn stars. We're going to literally be smokers right there under vapors. Everybody hates vapors, especially when you got the vapors.
Well, I mean, there is Taron Butler. I mean, he's pretty cool, right?
I hate Taron, but I hate him.
He's like the Ron Jeremy of the gun world, right?
I hate him for these simple reasons. He has cool guns. He has phenomenal talent. He has beautiful women, and he has it all in California. I don't care what nobody say. He sold his soul to the devil for that. It's not possible to have all those things. And he wasn't the military, and he wasn't a cop.
Whoa, what?
Sold his soul.
He was in the military?
He was not.
Oh, okay.
He was in any of those things. You had to be in one of those things to be that cool. He's in none of those things. He's up there with Larry freaking Vickers. And we all know Larry Vickers stacked bodies. But this dude's right there next to him. Come on, man. That ain't right.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
And have you had a chance to meet Corinne Mosier?
I've seen that master shooter, fitness psycho, small package dynamite in person giving a class.
Yes. So
she is epic.
They're in St. Louis, right? Just a few months ago. Yes. I was supposed to be there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. But so it was very interesting that from my perspective, I think she was probably one of the most lethal women I've ever met. And there's a video of Taron Butler and her not necessarily arguing, but showing a difference of opinion on how to load, how to do a magazine change, right? And just like, oh, this is so uncomfortable to watch.
Why? I'm fascinated just hearing about it. Two epic pros. One's a legend that trains people to be awesome, and one's just an awesome person right now, debating on how best to load a magazine to a firearm. That's a teachable moment. That's like Travis Haley and Chris Costa talking about which way to C-clamp your AR. Is it thumb up board? Is it thumb up here? Like, how you want to do this?
It's supposed to be.
It's epic.
I think you're supposed to go all the way around. I think that's essentially how it's supposed to work. So,
you can go against you can go against the way the rifle pulls to the right. You'll actually give opposite push to the left. It will center on the target when you shoot. So it's like perfect. I love it. I'll try both.
So Arminate and Axes jumping in here says they, being Walmart and everybody else, are trying to limit ammo supply, but didn't realize that the demand would not change and go to smaller stores, and hopefully their price will go down. I reload and think more people should. And I have a reloading setup, but I have no idea how to put it together and have yet to do anything with it. Do you reload, or do you? I guess two questions. One, do you reload? And two, do you go to big box stores to buy your ammo, or do you try to support smaller local business?
I do not reload. I am entirely too busy to reload. Like even today, I worked. I took the kid up the ice cream. I had to get the earbuds for this, and then I came and done this. and I get done, I gotta do some stuff afterwards after this. So I don't have time to reload. And I have like 4 of my good friends, great friends in California. They all reload. So I could alert with them, I just never did.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually know a master level like reloader who was in Colombia, like an hour away from me, who was willing to teach me how to reload my 300 blackout, which I may take him up on next year. But for me, man, I was a Walmart shopper. I would go there and buy out my 9mm 300 blackout to meet my needs. And then when they didn't have a certain brand, I would go to my local gun store, Eagle Armory, and them dudes will hook me up. And now they're gonna be my number one now because freaking Academy is not falling off. I'm all looking like Walmart and Academy. I'm all looking like I'm actually pretty disturbed by this.
Yeah. I wish I was looking through my Instagram feed to see if I could find. There was six different companies that were listed, but I can't find the. Yeah, I can't find the. It's buried in there somewhere. So just scroll through your thing. Yeah, just scroll through it. You'll come across it. I mean, if you just hit the typical guys like Mac or probably Mr. Guns and Gear.
His tirades haven't been as big as they were before I've been noticing. I think he's just starting to feel the burden of what's going on. Him and Yankee Marshall, my go-to for what new tirade is happening right now. And even Yankee hasn't put out anything yet. But I have to go on and look. I probably missed something. But if those two ain't talking about it, I'm all like, but I'm gonna look. I probably just missed it.
Yeah.
Especially Yankee. You know how that dude is.
Yeah. I can't stand that dude.
Hey, he's an acquired taste like wasabi.
Yes. Yeah. And I love wasabi. So
it's not for everybody. Can he be a little bit of a troll goddess? Yes, he is. Unnecessarily so, but he does have his points. Just like everybody thinks Mac is a SIG hater, but you'll see Mac roll over the 365 extra large while shooting a freaking that cool one they got with what's them fools cans? Q trash panda can because SIG can sucks. So he'll roll with that one, but he keeps giving SIGs chances. You just gotta look at not all the bad stuff they do because Yankee does some good gun stuff, gun cleaning, maintenancing, fixing stuff. He does have some funny bits, but sometimes he's looking like, dude, why you attacking this dude? Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
What is your point in this? But whatever.
Yeah, the biggest thing I hate about like Yankee is it seems like all he does is try to attack people, and if you'll notice, he'll never punch down, and he does that specifically to bolster his subscribership. Really, he always punches up to get those subscribers over to his feed, and
well, maybe sometimes the people who he's attacking. Don't get me wrong, I noticed he's attacked him because from the military launch channel because they buddies, but I noticed he has beef with the Gun Collective, which I could totally understand that because I listen to their podcast, which I actually do enjoy, but I could definitely see the disconnect between him and Patton because they're both abrasive personalities and who think they know everything and what they say is right. And it's like, I don't know about that one, bro. And he has his beef. Now his issues with Noir was all NRA based. And I was just like, okay, he's an NRA guy. He works for him. So what? They gotta attack him personally. Like he said his piece. Maybe because you don't listen to it all the time, you're missing it. But I'll come in and talk about KD, who's not too much of KD's more of a civil rights activist anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already saying his stuff, and you get a gun thing for him. It's like surprising, but it's just. And I know he had beef with stilettos and shotguns too, because she was over there in Washington fighting that fight, and she tried to collaborate, some work with him, which I suggested because he's a big dude over there, and he just kind of, dust it off. I'm all like, dude, she's a woman trying to fight for rights. Why ain't you giving her the time of day and getting on that bandwagon with it? We need women because women they're the reason why we have freaking moms demand action. These, suburban white chicks who like, well, I want to get my husband's power now, so we're gonna bring him down and we're gonna push ourselves up. Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Sorry about
So
that.
Yankee Marshall did that to Kerry.
Yeah, they didn't. They had a little bit of a stumble fight,
Oh,
and I happened to be witness to that. I was looking like, I was disappointed to say the least bit.
hmm.
I thought they're going to really hit it off, and that's going to be a good fight to be fighting Washington. Because if you haven't heard about Washington, they're turned into Illinois,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
they're being controlled by one city that's just turned into trash. And it's like, really, why? Homeless population is blowing up. By the way, who was homeless in Seattle? It's all get out.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
all the Starbucks in the world are going to make that rain go away.
Dude, and let me tell you, as soon as it starts to even hint to get dark in Seattle, because I was just there last year. It was it last year? Year before last. As soon as it starts to get dark, the tents pop up and they're all over the place. Yeah. So, I mean,
I don't know how y'all doing it, but
I enjoyed my time in Seattle. I had a lot of fun there, mainly because of the people that I was with. But man, I don't know how people could live there. So
it's like people live in Chicago, St. Louis, LA, San Francisco, New York. People like their life, and they enjoy it, but they just kind of walk over the homeless to get to their coffee and their cool shops and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They become oblivious, and
Yeah.
then they get told about the news. It's cool.
Yeah. I did stand in line for about 5 minutes at the original Starbucks store.
Most definitely.
Yeah, and then I was
You got to do that.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done. I'm over this. I'm not waiting any longer. So
let me get a cup of bad coffee, please.
Yeah.
Extra snarl. Just give me some extra attitude and ego with that. Thank you. I appreciate that. And spell my name incorrectly as well. What's your name? Ken. We're going to spell it with a C. That's not how you spell Ken.
Those Mark with a C, And I was like, come on. Can we get it's the biblical Oh, you don't read the Bible. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. All right,
the Bible. I'm offended, sir.
Yeah, I read the Quran. Okay, that too. That's the same thing, really. But all right. So you did bring up something there just a second ago. You kind of whispered that sex suppressors suck, and now you have said, and I'm paraphrasing this, but you've said that suppressors are elitist, and everyone should lose their hearing like I did with a 6-inch barrel AR and a brake and no hearing protection. So why exactly do you hate suppressors so dang much?
Well, I don't know if you know this, Mark, but I was trapped in California. I was in California for about like 20 years, and we didn't have suppressors there because we're not law enforcement or military. So we just had our really loud guns. And we finally got, we couldn't have some SBRs either. So we made pistols. Everybody had pistols. It was like pistol, 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 pistol. It was loud. It was super loud. It was like, yes, that loudness was a showing of your loins, how big they were. The louder your gun was and the shorter it was, the bigger your balls were in California. It was magnificent. I was popular. And then I came back to St. Louis. And everybody was like, hey, you heard this one? Pew, 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 pew. And I was like, what is that? That's a suppressor, brother. And I was like, we can have those here? He goes, why, sure you can. It's your God-given right in the great state of Missouri. I was like, huh. And I got one. And I was like, I feel like a better person. Hell, I feel like a New York Democrat. I'm looking down on people. From my ivory tower that's suppressed. And I was like, yeah, only elite should have suppressors. Because if you ain't going to wait for 10 to 12 months for your can, you shouldn't have one. Prove me wrong.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm in that waiting stage right now for my freaking suppressor, and oh my God, I'm just like clawing my eyes out.
Do you have yours at a store or is it at a range?
It's at my FFL. So
see, mine's at a range, so I shoot mine once a week.
See, that's nice. So I have my FFL has said anytime that I want to, take it out and shoot it, I'm more than welcome to. He just needs to be with me, and I'm just like
white privilege.
So I was like, man, he's a great dude and everything, but he's got like 5 kids, and I'm like, I don't want to take away from your family time, dude. I'll just wait.
That's what I think he wants you to come take with his family time because he got 5 kids. Come over, please.
Anytime. Yeah, which may be the reason why on what night was it? Friday. I got the notice that my SKS had arrived at my FFL. So I text them and say, hey, I'm just so happy to drive through your town. Would you be available for me to pick up my rifle? And he's like, let me get back to you. And like 3 minutes later, he's like, yeah, you can come over. It's like, and then anytime I go over there, it's like a half an hour trip or a half an hour visit, even though I don't know if it works in the same in Missouri as it does in Kansas, but since I have a concealed carry license, all I have to do is present that to them. There's no background check involved. They use that as the background check. So,
no.
No.
I just bought another can, and I have to do all the fingerprints, new picture, blood type, sexual preference, preferred gender pronouns, height, weight, all that stuff. Last 4 presidents I voted for, I was like, really? Again? I'm giving you the same crap. Hell, you should always give me all my cans at the same time since you already know I just passed one and the other one's on wait list. Just give me all my stuff together. But no, we're not as free as Kansas just yet. We getting there though.
You're getting pretty close. You guys did supposedly introduce a bill stating that if there was any federal gun laws, they would not apply in the state of Missouri. It never went anywhere, but
still in the holding pattern. I know a couple. I heard about what happened in Kansas with those that one kid who bought a suppressor, the legal Kansas City way, and the federal government came down and goes 9. You can't do that.
Yep.
And the SCOTUS was just like, pish posh, poor people, go back to your little caves in the Midwest because we don't care that much about you.
It's the Great Plains. It's Great Plains.
Midwest.
It's Great Plains. We've had this argument. All right, so people that don't know, we've had a feud here on whether or not Kansas is actually a Great Plains state or a Midwest state. It's actually a Great Plains state. It's
actually a Midwest state.
My daughter had to do an assignment where she had to list the Great Plains states, and lo and behold, Kansas was one of them. So
I'm sure you have that elitist attitude that you think you're Great Plains, but you're Midwest.
Look, I mean, she does go to a private school, so
I'm saying because you are the middle of the United States, and then you're west of us, so it's like you Midwest, bro.
No, your Midwest stops which stops at freaking Missouri and Illinois, and I guess Arkansas. I don't know.
You part of that mix. Go ahead and get yourself a piece of that. Go on and get yourself a country twang to your accent, and just go on and get a piece of it. You're Midwest, son.
No, I'm not Midwest. I'm freaking a Kansan. So I'm a free state. We were the first free state. How about that? We were the first free state.
In what way?
In 1861, the fact that we became and fought our own war to become a free state. We were the first free state.
All I hear is more white privilege.
You got me. You got me there.
You're a free state. Ooh, I understand that. That's cool, but you're still the Midwest free state. So and the Great Plains.
Great Plains. So,
but anyway, yo.
So you posted something here a week ago. I don't know. It could have been 4 months ago. I don't really remember. Time's relative anyway. You're talking about the idea of the gun industry versus the gun community. What was that? What was that all about?
I listened to a podcast. Like I said, I listen to Gun Collective. I listen to Primary, Secondary. Both great podcasts, super informative. But one day I happened to listen to one of them, and they were talking about how great it is to be in the gun industry and all that kind of stuff. how, we get to do all this cool stuff. And then we had the Walmart fallout where, we're not going to be able to get a lot of our ammo from Walmart. And, most of the people who are like, well, you can just go shop somewhere else are in the gun industry who want you to go somewhere else to buy the stuff. But for the everyman, that's not cool. It's not a viable option. Sometimes I can't get stuff online. It takes forever. Or Walmart's where I get all my crap at, and I want to be able to go to one spot. Convenience is very important to human beings. And sometimes I think the gun industry forgets that we're here and we're the one that's fueling them. This hobby, this right that we just exercise like it's a hobby, but it's just us working our right, is very important to them. Or else they'll always be fighting for military space and law enforcement space. It's like some people have been getting on the bandwagon and jumping on board for our rights, but you're old to remember when Bill Ruger pooped the bed by siding with the opposition and saying, well, you don't need those ARs anyway, because he wanted to sell more Rugers, or with Smith with the Clinton locks on the revolvers, or when Daniel Defense made that flub about background checks. It's just looking like you all losing your minds. And you all act like we ain't here. Because when we're not here, how your sales are impacted, Colt. When you thought the golden egg from the military was going to carry you forever, and now you're suffering trying to bring out new pythons. Finally, we've been asking you since Walking Dead appeared to bring out a damn python. You don't want to do it. And they just it's like they kind of look down on us and they don't even look at our ideas. Where we go, well, we want this. Don't get me wrong. Some things are stupid. Yeet cannon. I'm talking to you.
I got what it's sitting right over there.
And folding Glocks.
Oh, no. Hell no. No, never. Never, ever, 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 ever. Nope.
But at the same time, our input does matter. And like I said, it's mostly because of YouTube. Guys like freaking Military Arms Channel and you and Mr. Guns and Gear, that we have input to make their changes to their stuff, as we probably still be getting a bunch of garbage.
Did you just put me in the same group as Military Arms Channel and Mr. Guns and Gear?
Well, you all are white people, so yes.
Why didn't you drop freaking Colin Noir or someone like that?
I'll come back to that. I actually have a thing about him to where I goes, he is the thing you don't want to happen, but you want to happen. But you're the guys, the middleman. You guys are the middleman that got us to get the stuff we wanted. And some of you all are becoming inside. Oh, no, I don't say some of you are becoming insiders because you're not in the inside. Like, people poop on Nothing Fancy, but we all grew up watching Nothing Fancy videos. And he was legit and still is legit today. And he's the everyman talking who's not in the industry. And they poo-poo on him like, well, he's just crazy or whatever. He's just long-winded. Nothing Fancy speaks the truth and y'all don't like it. And gun streets don't like him. And if you ever listen to that pod, the One Gun Collective, the first round table where Kevin from Q was on there. He was talking how he had blood on his hands and he didn't want to be in the market anymore. I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say all of it like that. But he did mention he had that. And there was one guy goes, I just want to make sure that, this guy's okay and this guy's okay. He's getting paid. I'm all like, okay, you suck, sir. Both of you suck. And you act like we're not the ones paying your checks. Because y'all ain't got military contracts.
Well,
the gun community needs to unify and hit both anti-gunners and school up the gun industry. It's like the same way you attack people attack your civil rights. You look at the police until they get their crap straight, and you attack the politicians to tell them quit making the laws. You gotta do the same thing with the gun industry. Stop being douches to us. We don't deserve this. We're the military. We're the law enforcement. We're our own people. We deserve the best stuff possible too.
Yeah.
So just stop just telling the cops.
Well, one of the other things that came out of that podcast, and I completely understood where he was coming from, but one of the gentlemen that was on that live chat with the Gun Collective, he said that they make the most money when gun control legislation is either being talked about or being pushed through Congress.
We know that. That's adult conversation. that we all know.
Yeah.
We know about the Trump slump.
And that is not something that I didn't even realize until I would say probably about 2015, 2016 is when it really kind of shed its light to me and it's like, oh, okay, that's how that works.
Bruh, when Obama got elected, they were selling Frankenstein upper receivers with no name parts for $900 in California. I myself crossed state lines to go to Arizona to get a lower under $900.
Wow. Oh, so I will say that in 2000, I hate to bring this up, but when did Sandy Hook happen? Was that 12 or 13?
2012.
12. December 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in 13, I sold my Frankenbuild AR-15, the very first one I ever put together. I sold it for $1,500. I built it for like $800 or less. And I turned around and bought an AR-10, a DPMS LR308 for $1,700. And then 3 years later, I sold it for $800. So I ended up being a wash on all this.
I sold a lower for $300, man. I think it was a Kaiser Defense. I don't even know. I sold it for $300 in California. It was like, yo, I get this whole thing off my hands. So I just took it. I was like, that's just bananas. I think I paid like $50 for it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I ain't mad at people who make the money off of it. I'm just saying, if it's supply and demand, very American. I'm not saying should stifle their own sales for the cause. I'm just simply saying, remember, we're here. Listen to our voices. See what we want. Not do what we always want, but let's listen to what we're saying. Don't look down on us. I know HK jokes about it, but we don't really want you to be like HK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like, don't be like that.
Well, it's funny is that if I know this, or you should know this, I'm pretty sure you do, but if you guys in the chat room don't know this, if you ever get a chance to go and read through the comment section of HK's like Facebook or Instagram, they troll their own customers. They talk
excellently.
Sometimes it's like, man, that's kind of being dicks. So,
have you been to Wendy's? Wendy's is just as bad.
I haven't seen Wendy's.
Google Wendy's Twitter. Man.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Wendy's Twitter is brutal. It's like, woof. Don't go over there acting stupid.
Yeah.
You'll get freckled. Bad.
So the Archangel has jumped in here a couple times, and I'm going to scroll back here because I want to see if I can catch one of his previous comments. But he was talking about Hank Strange. He was talking about Hank Strange and the folding Glock and how he loves that and everybody makes fun of him. But he also says that you and I should get onto Hank's channel on Who Moved My Freedom, because
I actually like this podcast.
I do too. Interesting. It brings up, I'm going to back up here because him bringing Hank Strange up reminded me, because we were talking about the Yankee Marshal, and on Never Enough Ammo's podcast, live chat, whatever, like the Yankee Marshal dropped the N-word several times in that, I guess like 10 times or something like that. And that's one of the reasons, I guess, here recently with the Forged from Freedom t-shirt controversy with Hank Strange and how Yankee Marshal came out of the woodwork and was trying to defend Forged from Freedom and wanted to debate Hank Strange on his channel. And Hank's like, no, I'm not going to have you on here because you're just going to end up, ambushing me and, calling me the N-word or whatever. I'm just like, what is going on? Did you follow all of that controversy?
I am at a loss of words. I just defended that jackass. I don't know about Yankee Marshall sometimes, man. I don't know where his mind comes from. I don't know if he's been like where he's going sometimes, but if that's the case, like I said, I know he has some issues with an award that I was just looking like it's like borderline. And now you just had this with him and Hank Strange. I know Hank Strange had beef with Force from Freedom, and now apparently everybody jumped ship from Force from Freedom to Ballistic Inc. And it's like, man, maybe he was right. I know he had problems with the Gun Collective and the Patreon thing too, which I actually listened to both sides of that one. I actually listened to the podcast, his podcast, the freaking YouTube videos they both put out, just to get understanding how they really work for both of them. And I can see where both sides are wrong too. But this whole thing with him and Hank Strange is, well, I'm gonna say it's strange. Like, how did this even come about? Why was the N-word being slung around like it was like lead casings? Like, what's going on here?
So my understanding is that this derived back to another incident where Hank invited Yankee onto his show and then like ambushed him on Hank Strange's show, I believe. And Yankee Marshall said he was going to come in good faith and they're going to have a good discussion, but then just like, unleashed, hell on Hank Strange and just like ambushed him. I don't know. So,
well, I guess that's why freaking Patton won't have him on his show then.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, Patton in that infamous live chat with the 15 different people. I don't know why they thought having like 15 people on a live chat was a good idea, but Yankee was
cool at the time.
I'll give that. Yankee was in the chat room.
I know.
And was bitching about not being invited, and then said some things that ended up getting him blocked, and they booted him. So,
yeah, he was complaining about Iraqi Veteran 88 selling their time to promote something. They talk about people are shills. I'm all looking like, dude, you telling the people that complain about athletes making too much money. Just looking like you don't get to say in that. If this person's getting paid to review a product, so be it. I don't care. I'm gonna still make my own decision if he likes it or not. I mean, why does that matter? You're looking to somebody on TV to get your opinion now?
Yeah. It's interesting too, because Patton made the point that when it comes to the whole internet shill, gun tube shill, whatever, that if you take money from a gun company, then you're a shill and your opinion's not as good as someone else's. But yet no one complains about the competition shooter that has the 50,000 logos all over their shirt and goes out and does a competition shoot, who's getting paid and is representing. I mean, there's competition shooters. There's a woman competition shooter. I don't know her name, but she shoots Taurus and is like the biggest Taurus fan child out there. And no one gives her crap about being a Taurus shill. But if I say something bad about Taurus, I've been called a shill for other companies. Who paid you to say something bad about Taurus? No one paid me. They suck.
Apparently this is coming up again. So I'm gonna say like I told my sister on Saturday and the kids on Sunday. First world problems.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's all that is. First world problem. Because you talk some smack about my favorite brand. You're a shell. You're a sellout. It's not truthful. You're just, dude, I don't even care.
Yeah.
Okay. Just, you can like folding Glocks and
no, you can't.
Yeet cannons. That's up on you. I ain't buying it. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
no.
Tundra Tactical jumping in there saying Fit and Fire is now vindicated for the Olight debacle.
Oh, you are Olight shill. You are Olight shill.
I'm staring at an Olight right there. I am staring. Yeah, see? See, I don't have my Glock with me, but I could pull out my freaking home defense rifle right now. It's got a freaking PL Pro on it. So I'm a big fan of Olight. I'm not afraid to say it, and
Well, that's because you're a shill.
well, no, because I'm cheap.
Give me a second. I gotta plug up my my phone here because my battery. There we go.
There we go.
My battery was dying like it was cool, and there we go. Oh, sorry. There we go.
Daniel, God is my judge, says CZ life or no life.
Oof. Look, when I got a CZ Scorpion, that is my everyday gun. When I go out of town, when I sweep across this nation, I do bring the Scorpion with me. I do enjoy me those Shadow 2s. I would like to get one. I just can't afford one right now. I would have had that orange 2 with the gas pedal on it and that super stupid nice flat trigger that's single action only, but I can't afford it because I bought cans.
Well, there you go. That's why you're a Noelite fan, right?
So I actually had a really good sale and I couldn't pass it up. so I was like, I'm gonna try it.
So I have one CZ and it's the SPO1 Tactical.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that pistol. Mm-hmm. I love that pistol so much that 2 weeks ago, not 2 weeks ago, not this last weekend, but the weekend before, I took a first-time shooter to the range and warmed them up on a Ruger Mark IV 22 long rifle pistol, right? And then I says, okay, are you ready to move up? They said, yep. And I handed them my SPO1 Tactical and said, let's go. And they did well. They did very well. I was very surprised. First time shooter.
That's a good gun itself. So I'm not gonna knock the hustle on it. It's just not for me. But I like the Shadow 2, the newer one, and that orange is just like having a Ferrari. It has a gas pedal, a nice trigger. It's heavy. It's just made for shooting fast. And I don't normally like to do it, but I do like shooting fast sometimes. So it's like, let me get on this.
Yeah.
But like I said, I wanted a suppressor for my rifle, actually my 300 Blackout, and then I wanted one for my 22. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's $1,500 right there. That could be the gun right there. But I want to accessorize for my blasters instead. So I got those. I may get it next year. Doubtful, because the Costa class is supposed to be coming up. And who don't want to go train with Chris Costas? Come on, man.
Oh,
Chris
man.
Costas.
No, I got to save up money too, because freaking John he's coming here. So, yep. Oh yeah.
You better grow that beard out, sir.
Yeah. Are you following John Lovell's beard's Instagram feed?
Yes, I am. Real quick with John Lovell. So he was doing a Vertex bag review one time. I don't know if you saw that one. The Overlander.
I haven't seen that one yet.
He was making fun about how he has like an axe or whatever with it. And he unzips the back. You know what he had back there? A 22 with a suppressor on it. And he goes, oh, I'm a 22. And he just kept rolling about the axe and cracking. Just like, wait a minute, John. Wait a minute. Why the duck do you have a 22 suppressed in your I gotta go pack? What are you doing, John?
It's for the squirrels.
Yeah, the noisy squirrels. I was like, me and my girl watched. We were just like, wait a minute.
Oh my god.
Why does he have a suppressed weeds? Not a Glock, not an SPR like that. Yeah, suppressed 22. Like,
yeah, it wasn't like one of the foldable ARs, right? That has the not the Law Tactical, but it's the Deadfoot Arms folder, and then it has the one where you can pull the barrel off and everything.
Right. Nope. He has a press 22. I think it was a Mark IV, as a matter of fact, too. And I was like, God. At that point, I was like, I'm getting it. If John Lovell got it, I'm gonna get one too. And I already had the bag. Now I'm going to get the whole setup. I'm growing my hair out. I'm growing the beard out. And I'm like, it's going down.
So you said Costa's, he's going to be in St. Louis. Is that right?
Last time I checked, because I'm constantly pestering Dustin and KD to get that started, see what they're going to do. And they said they're still working on it still. So I said, I'll keep you updated when it comes around. But like I said, I just want to rub his mohawk, personally. So
I'd be okay. I'd be okay with that. I would like to rub the side of his head where the stubble is.
Ooh, and look, he keeps it clean though.
He does, yeah. But
I think his wife like take care of it.
There's always a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
He's a hairy dude. I would expect that.
I would imagine so.
So, but yeah, if it comes around, I'm gonna go to that one. Or I heard the level classes are lovable. So I definitely will get some classes next year. I want to get my girlfriend some more classes as well.
Yeah. The big class that I'm hoping really actually happens. I think they're still in the talking phases. Hopefully, I think they've got it locked in by now. But Masada Yub is going to be in the area as well. Yeah.
Yoda?
Yes. So, and he only travels to one destination a year, and next year, 2020, I think, late 2020, it's going to be in Kansas. So,
damn.
Yeah. So
that's some hard choices for next year, man.
I know. So much money, so little time. We got the mil-spec guy jumping in there. Finally, thank you, sir, for jumping in and gracing.
About time you got here, mil-spec.
I also have to say, Tyler has been watching with the little bean the entire time. So, not the greatest picture of Tyler, but an adorable little young girl that he's got going on there.
It was a princess?
Oh, yes.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
My condolences to both of you.
It's yeah. So good thing for Tyler is I've already gone through the first 9 years of young girls, right? So I can kind of coach him along, and then he'll be able to reach out to me when she turns into her teenage years. Oh my God.
It's horrible. I can tell you.
So we've just not to change subjects here, but we're working through the whole bra situation right now.
Already?
Yeah.
Isn't she like 9?
She'll be 10 in next month. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
You guys can have to eat all that Popeye chicken and mess up her hormones.
No, it's the chicken sandwich, yo. That's what it is. What
her hormones all messed up.
Please tell me what is going on with the chicken sandwich with Popeyes. What is that all about? What is
okay?
Because you had like 10, you had like a week or two worth of memes on, which they were actually really good memes. They were
hilarious. So the thing was that Popeyes made its own chicken sandwich, and mind you, this came out in July. Because I remember went to that class with KD, to the girlfriend to a rifle class, a pistol class with KD, and she, we went to go get something to eat from Popeyes, and because it was on the way where we were at. I go, hey, you got chicken sandwiches? It goes, oh, we sold out. I was like, oh well. So I went out of town again. I came back and I heard about it, and the lines were like around the corner. And I went to one, in a non-city area. And I finally got one of each. I was like, oh, these are really good. And everybody was saying the same thing. Oh, these are really good. So they're making, joke posts and YouTube videos and Facebook Live videos, just joking about how good it was. But in reality, it was actually pretty good. And it was like they were selling out because they were good, because word of mouth was that popular. Don't get me wrong. No shine left Chick-fil-A. When you were the Chick-fil-A on a freaking Saturday or Friday, the line was still there. You were still waiting to get a chicken biscuit in the morning, and you were still waiting to get a chicken sandwich in the afternoon. So it was like, yo. And people took it as, this is Popeyes making a chicken sandwich like black folks chicken versus, Chick-fil-A, it's like white folks chicken. It's like, shut up. Just stop it. And everybody goes, well, you didn't have this fanfare. But the other one goes, because you know why? Because they whack. Nobody care about Wendy's chicken sandwich or KFC's chicken sandwich or Church's. Popeyes made a good product, and it sold. It sold off of word of mouth and being an actual good product. And people's like, well, we have fights over that to the point where people are robbing Popeyes to get the chicken sandwich. Which, I'm going to say, right? Because I said it earlier, and I'm sure I'm going to say it again. First world problems.
Yeah.
My favorite first world problems are in this order: obesity epidemic. My cookie is too big for my milk, and I don't like this trigger. It's too heavy.
Yeah.
Those are like the biggest first world problems I've ever seen. I laugh on it every time.
Yeah. Is the Millspit guy jumping in says Popeyes must train their employees to be mean as hell. Good chicken, but you need extra napkins to wipe up your tears after they disrespect you.
Grow up. Okay? Everybody can't be Chick-fil-A. Everybody can't be In-N-Out. Be glad you have places like that to go to. Go there and get napkins from them and get some Jesus juice while you at it and suck up them tears with some chicken nuggets. The sauce is awesome, by the way.
In-N-Out. What is that?
That's a California brand burger place where it actually has Christian values. If you look underneath the cup, on the inside, it has like a Bible verse on the inside of it.
Really?
Actually, very great service. Kind of basic. All they serve is burgers, fries, and shakes.
Right on, right on. I got to say goodbye to Tundra Tactical. He's out of here for the night. Sir, have a great night, and I will
bang my DMs.
Get the DMs banged. Yeah, bang them, because that's probably about the only thing he's banging right now. So this is a family show. I gotta be a little bit more professional.
That's why I kept the swearing to Air Force.
There you go. There we go. We had a very spirited conversation before the chat actually started about the military service and why the Air Force needs special forces. This is a great chat.
Why do the two branches of service that pretty much are motor transportation need special forces? Why do we need SEALs? We have a whole Marine Corps, and now two special forces within the Marine Corps. And why does the Air Force need two special forces when the Army literally has 3 special forces? I don't even count the 101st for crying out loud. I mean, come on, man. Why?
Yeah.
Why? So you can wear your cool little uniform and look special? Well, don't. It's ridiculous. You drive people around. You fly people around. That's what you do. You just deal with that. You chose to be in that MOS. You chose to join that job. That's the way it is.
Do you remember the Ranger commercial from like, I don't know, like 8 years ago that was on YouTube?
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes.
You could be a Ranger.
I was looking like, dude, it must be hurting something. What's going on with this one? I was like,
it's so good. And they started talking about special forces. They're like, what about special forces? And they're like, duck special forces. It's so good. Every time. At work, I say Ranger that to everybody, and no one understands it. No one gets the reference. But one of these days, I'll probably the day that I quit my job, I'll just play it on a loop.
What you should do is run out the front door screaming, Leroy Jenkins, and see who catches that. At least you'd have a sense of humor then.
There would be a couple of guys probably from the IT section that would know what I was talking about.
As you eat fried chicken, it's like, Leroy Jenkins. But yeah, all people catch that stuff, so you just kind of roll with it. Plus, like say, military jargon, it falls on deaf ears with a lot of people. Because I still say Roger that to people. I'm like, hey, you gonna do this? Like, yeah, Roger that, I got it. They're like, huh? I'm like, I say I have it.
Or check. Check is something check. Check. And they're like, I got it, dude. That's
I still give them solid copy. Hey, did you catch what I said? Solid copy. They're like, what? I heard you.
My signature block for my work email has V/R, and no one knows what that means. And I'm like, mean? Very respectfully.
Not disrespectfully, very respectfully.
Very respectfully. And it was on like every single email that I ever got when I was at the 101st. So I just took it.
You were a screaming chicken?
Yeah, I was. Let's see if you can see. Let's tilt it. See if I can tilt it. See there, right there.
Look at that! I got one of your coins.
Yeah, and then this one is the 101st Sustainment Brigade. So we were this first, and then we transitioned to this, and then we went back to that. So the sustainment brigades had to have their own patches for some reason because they were non-divisional support. But then doctrine all changed, and then they went back to it. So yeah, and I'm actually missing in between the 1st Armored Division and 1st Infantry Division. I should have a 2nd Infantry Division for my time in Korea. So
did you wear a beret? Were you part of the beret boys?
yes, I was. Yep. So now when so I enlisted in 2000 and obviously started with a PC. They changed it in, I would say probably 2004, I think is when about the time they changed it. And that was a thing until I got to Fort Campbell in 2009. And Fort Campbell's policy was you only had to wear your beret for like change of commands or ceremonies or something to that effect. All the other time it was PC. So we rolled with our soft caps. Yeah. So
Damn.
yeah, and now the beret is still a thing, but only for like Class A's. So, and
what?
then
Oh, wash out loser Pogue goes. I couldn't make it in Special Forces, so I'm gonna make sure everybody gets the war berets. I couldn't wear a beret.
Well, I will say that tankers were one of the first people to wear berets in the Army. So I'm just gonna throw that out there before there was even a green beret thing. So.
You know, Marine Corps used to wear patches on uniforms too.
Yeah. But one thing I wanted to, you had probably the best meme about the Marine Class A uniform and the new Army Class A uniform.
You mean great value?
So you guys if you're on Instagram, you got to go check out MK stuff, and you have to scroll back a ways. But he had a picture. You have to help me. What's the name of the Class A uniform that you were showing with the Browns?
It was the Alphas, and it was whatever those pinks.
Yeah.
Were, and it was like
the pink and green.
Yeah, the pink.
I don't know.
Give me a moment. I don't even understand why y'all do that stuff. It was that like they called the one from the Army like great value because it just looks so bad. And I'm all looking like, what's wrong with the billions of uniforms you already have?
So it shows a Marine in his brown uniform with the belt around the waist, whatever you call it.
It's green. It's
green.
The
green. Okay.
Alphas.
Okay. The Alphas, right? And, and it has name brand written over the uniform, and then it shows the Army's new pink and green. It says great value. I was rolling so bad.
And then the way the uniform like is presented, it just looks so. And I know it was actually an actual uniform, which made it worse. Because I was looking like, dude, what happened to the Army, man? I like those minty green uniforms I used to have with the black stripe on it, with the dude with the boots, stuff tucked into their boots, wearing like the berets because they were like, Billy Bad A's. And you're like, okay, I know this guy was about something in his life. Everybody's wearing Captain America uniforms with berets and confused and don't know what's going on with neck tattoos.
I was really happy when they decided to go back to the dress blues. So the blue, the navy blue top with the blue pants, the regular blue pants. I was really happy they went.
You mean the Marine uniform?
No.
Yeah, the Marine. Yeah.
So it was a historical piece. It was the historical uniform from the Civil War era and previous, right? So
Marine had that long time ago.
We're not. This isn't a pissing contest here. I was just saying that I was happy that they went away from the green uniform back to the dress blues.
But let's be honest,
because of the historical aspect of it.
They want to look like Marines because the Army, for some odd reason, it was. I don't even know how it's possible. I feel like you all were losing your identity. And I'm all looking like, how in the world is Big Army?
Well,
I mean, it's
at least.
Army.
Well, at least we have our own department.
That's racist, sir.
No, it's not.
I'll report you. We're a minority. You don't bring up stuff like that. It's the few, the proud, sir.
The few, the proud. Yeah. Okay. So in all good-heartedness, so everyone knows, we talked about this before the live show went online. Marines were my first choice for a service to jump into. It wasn't in the cards. We'll just leave it at that. But at the end of the day, obviously, thank you for your service.
And thank you for yours.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But if I had to do it all over again, I think I would have loved to be a Marine. I think my personality would have fit the Marines.
You probably would still be in right now. But at the end of the day, if I have to do it again, I would have did 4 years in, and I would have joined the Air Force. They had ice cream in the desert. In the desert.
I mean, we had ice cream in the desert. So. When I was at Camp Leatherneck in 2010 and 2011.
Oh, that was 2010, 2011. We had Burger King back then. At that point, it was like, people actually getting fat in country. So I was like, no. I'm talking like 2002, 2003. We were just setting up.
So I know you can't see the chat room, but the mil-spec guy, he's asking why the Marines put name tapes on their pants. And he says, he says, so the Navy knows who they're ducking.
Ah. Was he in the Navy?
No, he's he's a lieutenant in the reserves. So the Army Reserves.
Who's reserves? Oh, he's a butter bar?
Yeah, he went OCS. Yep. So
well, you tell Officer Butters that we wear name tapes because we take off our blouses to actually work to go save the Army lieutenant who got lost in the woods. We're gonna go find your lost self over there.
You just called him Butters.
So once you pick up an actual oak leaf, Butters, come at me. Okay? You still getting lost in the woods. I don't even talk to you about that, man. Come on, dude. Still asking your sergeants, hey, Sarge, how do I read this map? How do I do this? Come on now. You can't even talk.
All right.
Well, isn't a branch of service that has their name tape on the back of their caps? like 5-year-olds? Come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah. So about that.
Has your name tape on the back of your cover, so we don't lose them.
Well, I would say why does the Marines have crosses on their hats?
That was from the ship's rigging, so that snipers would recognize the officers.
Yeah, and not shoot their own people.
Well, it's a firefight, and you have to shoot the right people. You can't tell in a scuffle.
Well, you can tell, Marines.
Bro, this was a musket. This was a musket.
Marine, yeah, for like what, 20 yards away?
You think pirates won't just to see the enemy? Plus, I said, who said we were wearing uniforms really back then? It's like, okay, look, we got to distinguish ourselves, this bad boy, else we're going to get shot. And not to mention, that's only for officers. So what does that tell you? It's like, look, gents,
did you
stop shooting the Butters.
Did you just
stop shooting the Butters?
Are you saying that the Marines are racist? Is that what you're getting at?
If by officers are a race, then probably sometimes yes.
Well, I would think that the reason why they ended up having to do it is the same reason why there are instructions on how to use the cruise control in RVs, and that you can't walk away from the steering wheel because at some point it probably happened, right?
Yeah. And I don't think it at one point probably happened. I think it happened so numerously that they had to be like, bros, gents, stop.
All right.
Seriously.
We know you're having fun with your muskets, okay? But we need to stop killing the officers.
Yeah. But they're dicks, sir. I know, but stop. Stop.
Yeah,
Stop. That's why we created staff NCOs and warrant officers to be the middleman. Poop on the troops force.
Warrant officers, the guys you never see.
I saw the crash fire rescue warrant officer all the time, as well as the utility one as well. I mean, they weren't really needed, but I did see them a lot when we worked. So, weren't you a WO?
No. I was enlisted, and then I went straight to the dark side and became a commissioned officer. Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were a WO.
I was going to apply to be a flight warrant officer in the Army and do, but I looked at the packet and was like, man, there's a lot of pages here. I don't know if I.
But you got pilot hair. You would have been perfect for that.
I did try to go aviation branch when I was getting assessed in ROTC, but I guess being in the top third wasn't high enough. So
not for officers, for pilots, man. You know, that's the super sexy job, right there next to infantry.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, aviation and infantry traded for the number one position every single year. Who
doesn't want to fly the jets? Who doesn't want to fly the Blackhawks? Who doesn't want to be the cool kid?
Right. And then so I ended up as an ordnance officer. So
somebody gotta do it.
Well, yeah, and I again, if I had to go back and relive that stage of my life, I would have pressed hard to be a part of EOD, because that falls into the ordnance branch, and I could have been that EOD hurt locker dude. You know? No, why not? You wear that big freaking marshmallow suit.
Nothing says putting gray hairs on your body than going to something you hope doesn't explode when you get over there.
Oh, it's like coming home every day.
It's like I hope this person's have a cell phone. Watch me come over to this bag of MREs. I hope it's an explosive attached to a mortar. It's like no.
Yeah, Todd Smith jumping in here talking about blue cord, baby. Blue cord. You're a mortarman, okay? You're a mortarman. You're like half an infantry guy.
That's cold, sir. I won't diss on grunts. I'm sorry, I just can't. I've carried that base plate once, and I was like, this is ungodly. This is insane. This is just bad.
But they have 113s for that. The M113 tracked vehicle, right? That they just throw all that stuff in the M113 and they call it good.
That's Army. That's not Marine Corps. Your butt's carrying that base plate, and that's about the gist of that.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Jesus, no.
I'm just, Todd, I love you, man. I love you. You know I love you. I'm just giving you a hard time. He's a good dude. All right. Well, we're going to have to go ahead and start wrapping this up because and he's thanking you for having his back on the base planes.
I've had a long career in the military that had a lot of different things. I was like, dude, this is terrible. Have you ever carried a 50 cal receiver?
Oh yeah. So in Korea, we would have to do alerts, right? So you'd just be chilling out in your bunk, and we knew it was usually right after either a 4-day weekend or right after the beginning of the month. We would have an alert. So they would, about 3 a.m. in the morning, they'd sound off the sirens. We'd have to get up, go to the arms room, pull all the crew serves for the tanks, and then lug them a mile to the motor pool to load them onto the vehicles. So I got pretty experienced in lugging a receiver and then 2 barrels over my shoulders all the way down. So yeah,
that explains why you're short. You probably have been taller had you not done that.
Probably, but I will say that being short and being on tanks is a major advantage. So
I concur.
Yeah,
I concur.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than being a gunner in an M1 Abrams and then having a tall tank commander standing behind you. And then he decides, hey, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to shove both my knees into the back of your head and push you right into the sight every time we decide to take an abrupt stop. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So anyway, you got me triggered.
Finally. Finally. Jeez.
All right, man. We're going to get out of here. MK, thank you so much for joining us, man. This is probably been one of the
pleasure.
funniest time. We'll have you on again here soon, hopefully. If you guys want him to be back on, I'm sure they're going to enjoy having him back on. And we'll try to have another trigger segment as well. Matter of fact, I should probably get you and my semi-quad friend on as well. I think that would be an awesome. I think between the two of you or all three of us, we probably could offend a lot of people. So
it's great. And should you need help afterwards, you can give me a call and I will help you find someone you can talk to about it who will actually care about your feelings. That's what I do.
That's what he does. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then naturally, I will if Tundra Tactical doesn't get you hit up or doesn't start banging your DMs, as you say, I'll make sure I get that taken care of as well. So, hey guys, just so you guys know, naturally, there's a whole bunch of stuff down in the description below. If you don't already follow MK on the Instagram, are you on Facebook as well, or just the Instagram?
You can find me pretty much on Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.
I rarely go on my Facebook.
All right. Yeah. So Instagram, it's going to be MKs_all_day, MK all day. You will enjoy his feed because everybody needs to laugh, man. And that's what it's all about.
And I just got a new puppy. It's a Yorkie. I'm taking pictures.
Oh,
We're
man.
doing stuff. We're
That
going to
dog.
the range. We just ate ice cream.
Man.
Awesome dog.
Yeah. And he's a jerk too, right? Yeah, he's a jerk.
I'm already teaching her to attack. And we're working on it.
So again, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Once we get done with the live chat, I'll post in MK's information for Instagram if you guys are interested or you can't find him for some reason. As always, tons of ways to support the channel, to include if you guys are interested in these 308 whiskey glasses, you can etch some stuff into the side. These make great gifts if you guys are interested. I've got a discount for you guys down in the description below. 15% off if you're too cheap or to pay retail. Yeah, why not? There you go.
Why not?
So, all right, guys. Have a great night. Again, MK, hang on the line here just a second when we close off, and we will catch you guys later. As always, keep calm, and Carrie, have a good night. See you guys later.